You both came back raving about At Fate's End. Miranda.
I'm so excited. Okay, so At Fate's End is from Thunder Lotus. We saw this at a presentation earlier. I forget exactly when they revealed it. But when I saw it, I was like, that's my game. I'm gonna play it. So traditionally, I'm not really big into side scrollers, but I'm very into games made by Thunder Lotus, specifically Spiritfarer. If you've played, you know, absolutely devastating, beautiful game.
Mhm.
And this one has like elements of feeling like Utena and Steven Universe, and just like a lot of things that feel familiar, but wholly different too. So when I saw this there, because I didn't actually know it was gonna be there, did I look at the list? No, I like to be surprised. And so I saw it and I was like, oh, I have to play it. I waited so long to play this. I was just like, wait, because there's only so many stations. And so finally getting to sit down with this game was just such a delight. So this is an action adventure side scroller game where you are playing as the youngest member of this royal family who are terrible. This entire family is terrible. They're awful people, and but you still love them. Like they're your family. So we don't quite know all of the relationships yet, but in what I saw, it was so sweet of seeing like this sort of these elements of that family dynamic of like, I have to tell you something hard, and now we're gonna fight about it with God swords. So I was like, yeah, that sounds great. So part of the conceit of what I understand, like some of the lore we didn't quite have, is that they have to sacrifice a part of their body to wield their weapon. So for instance, Sean, who is the protagonist, has like, I think something like maybe her vocal cords or something in her neck, because that's like where hers comes out. But like one of her brothers gave away his spine for his weapon, so he pulls it out of his spine when he goes into battle, and it's just so sick. Like the animations and design of this world are incredible.
There it is. Yeah.
Yeah, if you're watching, you can see it. He has like Sprout's blood wings. It's incredible. It's like so stylish. It's ridiculous. So that's just sort of like the design around it, but the actual combat and like play of this game is so neat. So of course you're like running around this world trying to figure things out, but as you play, like there are so many little puzzles. There's so many secrets to find and little things to explore that you can completely skip. But another big element of this is the secrets of your family. And so you're trying to find out like what is actually happening with these family members that you've been away from for a while, and how can you convince them essentially to like help you in this mission that you're on to what is, from what I understand, collect their swords because you are now the person who needs to have all of them for some reason. Like, again, it's not quite explained from where we were at, but obviously it's quite contentious as people don't want to give up the weapons they sacrifice part of their body for. And there's a lot more to it, but part of this is just combat, which was actually pretty hard. And then the other part is an investigation mode. So using all the clues you have, you're finding out more about your family, more about what they've said, and you're like kind of testing to see if their claims are true. And it is so much fun. It is so delightful. And now I'm going to pass the baton, but I could keep talking about this. I have more to say. So I'm going to pass it to Michael because obviously I am thrilled.
Yeah, I mean, I share the same sentiments as Miranda. It's one of the standouts. When I saw it there at ID at Xbox, I was like, yes, I got to play that, because Spiritfarer that thing hit like a truck. Holy smokes. You look at Spiritfarer and you're like, oh, this is like a nice, cozy game. Again, cozy game. Like the art style is like so inviting. It's so expressive. It's so beautiful. But holy smokes, if you played Spiritfarer, oh my God, because that whole thing is about ushering people into the afterlife. And like, it's very reflective in that regard. And like you could see here, if you're watching the video version, that like, it's so beautiful and it feels comforting, but beneath the surface is like some real dark stuff, man. So if At Fate's End is kind of a much more gameplay heavy sort of game. Like I think Spiritfarer was a relatively breezy game to play. And so the creators of that going into something that is a little bit more heavier on the gameplay side is really fascinating to me. And from what we've seen and what we played of it, I really like what they're doing with like the side scrolling action, and still maintaining the spirit of Spiritfarer. Like it still kind of has this tone to it that is, as Miranda explained, like this family dynamic that's very complex. And I think with that premise, thinking of what the Spiritfarer was, and kind of doing the logical extension of what they might be going for with At Fate's End, I'm ready to be hit like a truck again, dude. Like this is kind of, it seems like it's their bread and butter. But like this, you mentioned Steven Universe, and like that, it's like, what if Steven Universe but for adults in a way? And I love that about it. It feels like a real true evolution of what they did with Spiritfarer, and doing something that is familiar yet different. And yeah, some of these boss fights look absolutely sick, and has like this mind palace element to it when you start to piece the things together. They have like cards that you kind of like piece together in a mind palace. I think that's really fascinating, and I can't wait to see where it goes. But yeah, it's like what they're doing with like 2D art style, and then with backgrounds, but also kind of similar. I mean, it doesn't look similar to Replaced, but I think they're using some similar elements where the foreground and background are like more or less interacting with each other in that way. And
yeah, you can traverse through them in certain points too. Like sometimes you'll go forward into a foreground, then there's another layer and another layer. So there's like depth to this world too.
Yeah, it's oh man, you look at gameplay, you look at a trailer, and it is one of the most stylish games. And what I'll say about ID at Xbox too, it's like last year, you know what they were demoing there? Clear Obscure Expedition 33. And you know what the biggest game of last year was? It was that game. This is before anyone knew it was going to be the next biggest thing. So I think that Xbox has like a pretty good eye for scouting games like that. Like maybe it will be the next big thing, but or rather, they're good at showcasing a breadth of different kinds of games that will resonate with certain people. And I think showcasing At Fate's End is like, that's kind of like, that was the W of that showcase. And I think this could be, and I don't want to get ahead of myself, but like if it does launch this year, it doesn't have a hard release date, but they are saying 2026. This could be the standout or a standout of the year. Cause I remember when Spiritfarer came out, was that 2019, I believe. I was at GameSpot at the time, and it took the office by storm. Like we went into that. The big debate was going to be Control, Disco Elysium, and Apex Legends. Like those were like the top games that we were debating about in our top 10 list or whatever. And then in that list, we're like, everyone voted for Spiritfarer. Everyone loves the game. Everyone who played it, like it really hit them really hard. So I'm like, oh, okay, like damn, I didn't realize that everyone else had played it and loved it in that same way. Not to put like huge expectations on At Fate's End, but it has that potential because it's been a while since we've seen what they've been doing. And
they did 33 Immortals, which was the co-op action roguelike.
I played that game like 3 years ago, and it was fun.
Well, I was in that room with Ryan, demoed it at during, was it SGF?
June Showcase, SGF.
Yeah, which is, like, I mean, that's pretty cool, but it's not quite what I was looking for them after Spiritfarer. So this is more of the vein of what I'm looking for from Thunder Lotus specifically. Yeah. So, although I'm sure that game is cool in its own right, I have a thing with roguelikes where I'm like, man,
it feels like
I just don't want to play that right now.
It feels like they have two games on complete opposite ends of the spectrum, and then At Fate's End feels like the fusion of both. Because 33 Immortals is straight up like very combat focused. Like, what if we had 33 people playing Hades in one instance? That's pretty sick. But if you're looking for something a little bit more story heavy or not quite as intense or consequential from a gameplay standpoint, I think this could be like that good middle ground. So man.
One thing I did want to say too, though, this isn't like a walk in the park. Like it was actually pretty challenging. And another element that I'm quite excited about is like replaying it, because there's a lot of things you do that impact like how you're going to play this game. So whenever you fight one of your siblings and your sword hits theirs or like your weapon hits theirs, what happens is that you get to absorb, after some qualifications, you get to absorb a power. So you have one of two, at least from what we saw, one of two choices of an ability you can get, and how you use that changes the fight entirely. Like one is like in action, you basically got a double jump. The other is like time kind of pauses and you get to do like a directed attack on something, but it uses like a different sort of resource you have. So it's cool to see how that is also an element. And so you're always going to have this choice. And then I think you're kind of locked in from what I saw. So it's like kind of a cool, like you have to commit to something to continue your journey. So
It's not.
I
It's not,
definitely see myself replaying it.
Yeah, it's not just like straight up like, oh, don't go into this thinking you're going to be playing like a pretty simple 2D action platform or whatever. Like it is pretty intricate.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, you know what? I'm gonna make our producer Tayo upset at me. I'm gonna throw out the one game I played that I can talk about from last week. I didn't put it in the notes, and I totally should have, because just the nature of my job as the previews guy at IGN, I'm seeing a lot of stuff that's not quite ready to be publicly discussed yet. But one thing I did see that I got a huge kick out of, and I think I'm not 100% sure if it's coming to Xbox or any other consoles. It's PC for sure for now, but look this up. It's called My Arms Are Longer Now. And it is a puzzle. It's like a light puzzle comedy game by these Australian developers who just tapped a bunch of of comics from the Melbourne comedy, not Melbourne, it's Australia, Melbourne comedy scene. And the game is, you're literally just it's meant to be you, and it's just, you just extend these stupidly long arms into a scene to try and, like in the demo I saw, you're trying to get this briefcase that's handcuffed to somebody. So now if you're watching on video, you're getting a little taste of the video. Thank you, Tayo. So it's just, yeah, you can wrap your giant stupid arms through anything and around everything, and dogs will get in the way, and you can break through windows, and you can annoy people, and it's just, I was laughing the whole time. So this one, I don't know if they've given a release date. I think hopefully it's okay for me to say, they said a playable demo is due this year at some point. So
okay.
I don't know when exactly that is, but this just like, I got a kick out of this the whole time. It was just, it's. I know we can't hear it right now. It is genuinely funny. Just the bits of dialogue as you're just annoying the crap out of all these people. So yeah, if a silly comedy puzzle game,
this is nuts,
sounds fun to you, go look this up on Steam. Maybe throw it on your wish list. My Arms Are Longer Now. I had a good time with it.
The puzzle element of this looks so fun.
Yeah, you want puzzles, Miranda? Check this out. Holy smokes. I
love puzzle games where part of the conceit is like you're just annoying people.
Yes,
you're just annoying the shit out of people.
That is a huge part of this game.
This is ridiculous, man. Like, it reminds me a little bit like Untitled Goose Game combined with Thank Goodness You're Here.
Yeah.
In a way, but with a puzzle element about how infinitely long your arms are. This is nuts, man.
Yeah, the developer cited that last one you mentioned.
Oh, yeah.
Thank goodness you're here.
Yeah, it definitely has like that look of it.
All right, so those are a bunch of games that we love this week. Thanks for checking out this clip from Unlocked, IGN's weekly Xbox show. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to watch the full episode at youtube.com/IGN Games. New episodes of Unlocked drop every Thursday on IGN Games, IGN.com, and your favorite podcast platforms. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.